got it. We can tie it. Now, after we tie it, that's gonna be.
We're kind of fucked, but yeah.
I'm beating into that. What the fuck? You got last touch on that?
Oh my god,
there,
bang that bitch
bitch.
down. Meet. Let's see the aggression. Oh, you're up.
Oh, I missed.
Oh, he touches that shit. He touches me.
Oh, we gotta keep it up.
Oh,
we
he
keep it
fucked
up.
me.
Keep it up.
Oh shit, no, let me turn off, Nah, yeah, I'll check that shit out, though. I'll check that shit out. Yeah. Damn. But nah, man. Yeah, niggas be bitches. Niggas be bitches. And it's okay, man. You can sit there and think that he a bitch. You could think that everybody in your life that validates themselves based off emotion is a pussy. And I feel like that's always gonna be me, you know? I'm gonna always have that thought about people. But I'm gonna be more receptive towards it. I'll understand it a little bit better. And that's all that I can give that person is more understanding. I don't have to agree with them, but all I can give them is more understanding. I think I'm working towards that.
I value the fact that you do that. I can appreciate that, right? But at some point in my head, personally, it just feels like, why do we have to be the one sacrificing them? Like, why can't they sacrifice their emotions type shit? Because, like, why can't they just go align with my thought process? Why do I have to align with emotions? Why is that held?
Yeah, why is that the solution? No, that's a great
preference.
question to ask, and to be honest, what that depends on, it depends solely on the relationship that with that specific person. With certain people, it's not reasonable. Like, you have to make too many concessions. It depends on how much you're willing to like risk, change, or make those concessions for the other person. If it's not a lot, then it's like, all right, fuck it. That relationship isn't worth your time. If they're not willing to come towards you at any point, then guess what? You need to evaluate the quality of that relationship and how much it means to you in your life. For two,
like that one the African fellow in my class who wouldn't fucking give up on the God shit.
Yeah.
And
it's like he doesn't want to come and respect. He doesn't want to respect your point of view. At some point, you got to ask yourself, is it worth respecting his? Sad to say, but that's the natural progression of things. But that also being said, like I said with my example, there's somebody in my life that is largely guided by emotions. I had to kind of sit and tell him, like, I need you. Like, I have to call him out on it sometimes. Like, listen, I think you're blowing this shit way too far out of the water. Like, feel how you feel, but, like, it shouldn't be affecting you this much. And, like, we can, like, obviously I find a more appropriate way to word it, but it's essentially what I'm saying.
I would have agreed with that statement
100%.
See, to me, I wouldn't bat an eye. You said I wouldn't say it that way. To me, I'm like, that's fine. The way he said it's fine. Which I'll
be 100. The way I said it was kind of fine, but I'd probably find an even more sensitive way to word it. But no, just like, hey, I hear you, but like, don't let that shit get to you, girl. Like, you're bigger than that. Like, I would probably say more positive, uplifting shit like that. Not like, oh, don't let that shit bother you. You're fucking overreacting. I wouldn't make it about you, like a negative that you're doing. I would make it about like
you the fucking problem. Like, you really, yeah.
I wouldn't say, oh my god, you're overreacting. I would say you're bigger than this, or like, this is so beneath, like, some shit like to where it puts you on a pedestal, but also minimizes what you're going through.
I just realized.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Yeah. Nah. He don't need to sorry that shit.
But nah, bro.
I picked the shit up.
But nah, bro. Yeah, man. So yeah, no. Why is it always on you? Well, it's a relationship. It's a. He just bumped the shit out of me. It's a yin and a yang. It's a ebb and a flow. It's a push and a pull. So it's not always gonna be on you, and it shouldn't always be on you. And if you ever find that you're in a situation where it is all on you, guess what? Ask yourself about the quality of that relationship, because maybe it's not one that's worth. Not that it's not one worth having, but it's one that's not worth overextending yourself for. You know, I talked to my therapist about that too. She was like, I said, I feel like I can have a relationship with anybody and everybody because I always look for the good in people. What do you have to offer me? You know, I didn't use the example, but you know, Floyd Mayweather can't read, but he has skills and can offer things in other areas, right? Like there are things that you can contribute to, like my perspective, learning about you and yours. Like there's good to come out of that. I always try to look at people like that. I always look at their best qualities. And she's like, that's fine, you can do that. But when it comes to extended, prolonged relationships, friendships, and anything past like casual acquaintances, you don't have unlimited bandwidth to give. You can't have 1,000,001 close friends. Sadly, I know it'd be great, but you can't. So at some point, even though these people have redeemable good qualities, it does not mean that you need to be fucking buddy-buddy with them. And I was like, you know what? That's a good fucking point. Because largely, like, people's personalities and, like, the way they communicate or the way they express emotion or the way, you know, these things may not be conducive to a long-term friendship with me. We may be incompatible in that regard, but we still share a common love of motorcycles and cellos or some shit. We could be cool like that, but in terms of a close relationship where we, like, consider each other's feelings and anything else, like, past that, is more than likely not going to happen because we're just incompatible past a certain point. And recognizing that point is important. Oh, you fucked that shot up. But yeah, man, just anyway, yeah. I'm yapping. I'm mostly yapping for my own good here. That was a crazy shot.
That's a thought I have oftentimes. Maybe, well, a line of thought as in, like, I oftentimes think about my relationships with plenty of people and just, like, because I've had so many, like, come and go relationships in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, everyone does, right? But like, I think it's been almost enhanced a little bit with the amount of times
moving.
I've moved.
Yeah.
Especially including adult life. Like, it went past just being a military kid now. Like, it's like, I'm also moving in my adulthood.
Yeah.
And I'm ass.
No.
I am ass. Oh my god,
I thought you were doing that shit on purpose.
I'm sorry. I did everything to save that, and I just take it. I just take what's mine. But yeah, just having that those temporary relationships definitely has I think to a degree. I'm not even gonna say to a degree. It's definitely, I thought about it. One of the main reasonings I've had for myself and why I haven't, like, really delved into relationships is I've always had the perspective of, like, I don't feel like it's right of me knowing I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like within a certain time frame.
Yeah.
Like, maybe when I first got here, I would have been like, yeah, maybe I was.
Yeah, because you could have been there for like a year or two, established a really strong relationship.
I'm established here in Washington, but now I only have like a year. Well, now it's months left, right? And like, there's candidates out here. Like, there's definitely, like, I could see myself like, damn, like, I really fuck with this person. Like I like just having those conversations. Is like, I know they single. Like, I know I could do it. But at the same time, I'm like, do I want to put them through the potential of, like, if this shit does hit off, like I'm willing to do it, and as long as I communicate that, like, it should be fine, right? But like, I don't want to put it to a point where it's like I gotta sit here and be like, damn, yeah, this shit's not gonna work, unfortunately. Like we made it this far, but unfortunately this shit's not gonna work because I got some shit to do in Minnesota now. I'm gonna follow my dreams type shit. I'm not gonna sacrifice those dreams, unfortunately. Particular dream, what I'm choosing for my career.
You know, that's
like,
hey, you could have found somebody out there that is totally conducive to that, looking to get out of Seattle. And was like, fuck it, I want to make a move.
And boy, I tell you, There's a
That nigga said.
boy, I tell you. Oh,
That nigga said.
there's like one or two. There's like one or two where I've talked and like they've kind of hinted at that shit, and I'm like, do I do it? Like, should I just appraise this for myself? Like, should I like
joke about it? There's obviously
Yeah.
gonna be some truth. You'll joke about it. Well, you trying to come live with me? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Cause
And then
man,
yeah, just keep fucking with that. Just
man, there's like,
Hey,
oh
there's-
man,
hey, the best jokes got an element of truth behind them bitches. Just saying. But nah, man. You know, I was kind of the same way. I felt like, especially because of my self discovery journey, I felt like I needed to have myself 100% figured out before I get into another relationship. But I don't have to. And because I'm especially because I'm as open-minded and growth-oriented as I am, I'm never going to like stop growing and never going to have myself fully figured out and all this other bullshit. So like, it's not even practical. It's not even possible. You want to have a general decent handle on yourself, an idea of where you're going, and be able to grow, learn, and communicate with like another person. That's really all you need. Like, you know, I'm a firm believer that, you know, even if it's better to have loved than to have never loved at all. Like, you don't have to, as long as you're open and honest and communicate your intentions with somebody, like, hey, I am moving. If you want to pursue a relationship though, let's fucking do it, and we could like figure that out. And if, you know, whatever happens, happens. If we decide to stick around, we can. I think this is crazy. This is crazy statement. But my mom and my therapist said this shit to me, which blew my fucking mind. She said, Xavier, it's your life. You don't have to be cognizant of other people's lives. People will largely manage and self-regulate. So stop treating these girls like they're fucking 6-year-olds that you have to walk and hold their hand. They're grown-ass women. They know what they're doing. So don't belittle them like that. And I was like, what do you mean belittle, bitch? Like, I'm being considerate. Like, no, you're making their decision for them. And I was like, oh my god, what did you just say to me? You know what I mean? What did you just say to me? That shit blew my mind. I said, Xavier, if somebody is willing to take your good and bad, let them fucking take it. Let them have it. Let them have it. I said, nigga, what? That shit was inconceivable to me because it seemed, because I only considered my perspective, or I only considered their perspective from my perspective, which was like, it's weird. But anyway, it makes sense to me what I just said. I only considered the negative effects that I could have on them, but not like the positives that could come out of it. Like, I was like, oh my god, that's irresponsible. Oh.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Right. What a save.
Yeah, no, only think about the negatives that could come out of it and how like everybody's just so helpless and I gotta spare their feelings. They're in charge of their.
Definitely just did that shit.
They're in charge. They're in charge of their own feelings. Let them manage that. Don't get me wrong. It's important you take it into consideration, but their feelings are not. It's your life. Your feelings matter. It's your. Consider their feelings, but don't let that be the basis for your decision. And I said, oh my fucking god, you're right. Because your feelings matter too. And I said, oh my god, you're fucking correct. Yeah, no. That shit blew my mind.
Damn. I never really thought of it that way. That's crazy. Damn.
Right? No.
I'm belittling motherfuckers by.
I'm still blown away by the fact they said that.
I'm clipping that shit. I'm on the whole clipping that shit.
I'm still blown away by the fact that was said to me. Like, Xavier, be selfish. I'm like, no, what do you mean? What do you mean be selfish? I'm like, Xavier, you're doing a bigger disservice to them by playing this retarded game that you are. You're robbing them of their autonomy and their decision making. Because if it's something that you want, but the only reason you're not pursuing it is because how you think they're going to react, what fucking sense does that make?
Yeah, see, that pisses me off. That pisses me off that I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Like, that makes me-
Again,